President Donald Trump has apparently solved inflation. It is over, and that is great news. And I know that he has because he keeps telling me that he has, and not just him. Howard Lutnick said it, and Besson said it. I think Fox News has said it, so it's probably gotta be true. Except that apparently the message hasn't gotten out to the 75% of Americans that are polled, saying that they are in fact very much feeling the rise of prices and how it is hitting them economically. So we're gonna get to all of this, the attempts to control the message and what people are actually feeling when they go out and spend their hard-earned money. So here's an example of Donald Trump and his propaganda. He goes on Truth Social, this is the beginning of September, and says, prices are way down in the USA with virtually no inflation. Those are inconsistent statements, by the way. If prices are way down, then we have deflation, actually. With the exception of ridiculous corporate politician-approved windmills, which are killing every state and country that use them. And then he goes off on his old man weird tantrum about windmills. Gasoline is at many-year lows. And he would know because he's pumped gasoline in the last 40 years. I swear to God, he's done it. All of this despite magnificent tariffs, which are bringing in trillions of dollars from countries that took total advantage of us. Again, that is utter BS and propaganda. We now know. Goldman Sachs just did an analysis. The US taxpayers pay 55% of the tariffs. Corporations in the US pay 22%. The foreign countries pay literally just 18%. Weird that he doesn't mention that in his True Social messages. But in any event, it doesn't matter. You don't need me to fact check that because evidently people aren't actually buying it. There was a survey conducted, this was actually in early September, when asked to estimate how much their regular monthly household costs have increased from last year. 74% of those surveyed says that they've increased at least $100. That obviously would be at least a $1,200 yearly rise. And you can see that for some people, it's significantly more than that. $250 to $500 has significant, that's 1/4 of all Democrats, Republicans, and independents saying that. 16 to 12% depending on the group saying it's $500 to $750. This is monthly expenses. And you remember that thing that's always been floating around, like what percentage of the American public would be financially ruined by a surprise $400 expense? This is not a one-time surprise expense. This is a new reality every single month, and people are actually feeling it. Now, I just want to remind you that Donald Trump swore that he would deal with prices and it would not take 9 months. In fact, he'd do it on day one. Take a look.
Starting on day one of my new administration, we will end inflation and we will make America affordable again because the prices are too high. The prices are too high. So when I win, I will immediately bring prices down. Starting on day one, we will end Kamala's war on American energy and we will drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill. Starting the day I take the oath of office, I will rapidly drive prices down and we will make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable again. Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again. Starting on day one of the Trump administration, we will end inflation and we will make America great again. We will drive prices down and we'll drive them down very fast.
Very fast in the negative direction, I suppose. And so he kept saying, he knew that this was an important thing for the election and is going to be an important thing for the next couple of elections too. The bad news for him is that people aren't buying it anymore. Yes, quick thoughts.
Yeah, and people aren't buying it anymore, but they bought it at the time, which is very confusing to me because his campaign speeches are so dumb. He just says dumb things like, oh, I'm gonna end the war on prices. I will drive prices down. I will end inflation on day one. What does that even mean? He never had a plan. He never offered any kind of policy. And to be fair, he was never asked to produce one, right? Nobody asks him in his base, how do you plan to do something like this? Because it's so ridiculous. You're gonna end inflation on day one. How exactly? Please tell me. But his base never asked. They didn't care. They just believed him when he said that. So they voted for him, and now, 9, 10 months later, they're surprised whenever the prices are still going up. And they're surprised whenever his policies are directly to blame for their prices still going up. And they can try as hard as they want to blame Kamala Harris, who has never been our president, or to blame Joe Biden, or even to blame Obama for what's going on in the economy right now. But there is a direct correlation between what is happening in our economy and Trump's policies, the tariffs for one, but then also, he's giving billions of dollars away to Israel and then also to Argentina. So many different things. People are losing their jobs because of his DOGE, right? His Department of Government Efficiency. And even more Americans are set to lose their jobs as we come out of this current government shutdown, which is, again, a government shutdown is a very Trumpian thing that we've had to endure as a country. Most of our government shutdowns in recent history have been under Trump's presidency. So those facts are harder and harder to detangle from Trump and from this administration. It's just a matter of whether or not his supporters are willing to see that, or if people because they can feel it. They feel that things are not good right now, and it's the same way they felt that things were not good during the Biden years, even though there was literally a pandemic at the beginning of the Biden years that they seem to forget about. So
yeah, no, you're totally right. Yeah, they were lied to. I hope that they see it. By the way, I'm not good at math, so don't necessarily trust me. But in terms of the extra expenses, people are saying most of them are at least saying it's more than $100. I'm pretty sure that now that they've doubled that Argentina bailout to $40 billion, I think that works out. Maybe a mathematician can look into this. Isn't that a good bit over $100 being paid by every man, woman, and child in America? Again, I'm not a math guy, but I feel like that's at least 1 month of this expense just because he decided I like that guy. I like his kooky hair. I like his austerity or whatever. Or actually, I don't really know much about him, but Besson seems to really like him. All my donors seem to really like him. You give him some money. Give him some of your money. I'm not going to give him any money. You give him money, okay? That's what it feels like. And you were totally right to point out not only the Argentina thing, but it is one thing when you have inflation as you're coming out of a crisis, okay? That's bad enough. But when you just decide, I don't really get how tariffs work, but I'm gonna put them on everything, and you just willingly decide to cause inflation, I feel like that's much worse. And I really hope that the Democrats message around that well, that this is not just inflation. It's not just screwing people over. It's Trump choosing to screw them over because of his ignorance and because of his radical ideology. In any event, I think we have 1 more minute. Go to graphic 6 and you'll see that inflation, many people across ideologies believe that inflation is the biggest risk to the US economy. Now, tariffs is number 2, which I think is fascinating. And Donald Trump is now Mr. Inflation and Mr. Tariffs. And those are number 1 and number 2 for what people think is a big risk to the US economy. It kind of feels like they're saying Donald Trump is a big risk to the US economy. Just something to think about if you're a Republican cruising into the midterms. If you enjoyed that, then make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming a member. So you're probably wondering, why would I do that? Well, when you do that, you get access to bonus content that I make every single week, and it's a lot of fun. You get custom emojis and more. If you join at tier 3, by the way, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself. And you'll get all that going forward, but you'll also unlock years of the back catalog that is literally 100 or more bonus clips and top 10 lists and debates and more. So what are you waiting for?